Hi, and welcome back to the course Financial Mathematics for Actuaries. We are learning the bond valuations, and having understood how to compute the bond valuations, okay, let us now understand the bond amortization. Understanding the bond amortization is important for us because learning bond amortization is basically give us to accurately track the bonds changing value over the period of time, and also it will be useful for the taxation purpose. So let us now first understand how to compute the bond, or what is the bond amortization, and how to compute or how to construct a bond amortization schedule, and what we are going to learn in the bond amortization schedule. Okay, so let's rewrite the basic bond price formula again, okay, which is P is equal to FR A angle N at I plus C V to the power N. Okay, so this can be rewritten again as P is equal to FR A angle N at I plus C multiplied by 1 minus I point A N angle I, because we have already understood while we discussed the loan amortization period. There we have already understood in this schedule that 1 minus v to the power n is nothing but I time, okay, the loan balances, right, that is a angle n at I. This is due to our unit installment, and therefore using this, having understood this, we can rewrite the basic price formula as this one, and therefore proceed here. P is equal to FR A angle N at I plus, okay, C minus CI time A angle N at I, just expanding this, okay, and therefore now you will take this A N I, A N angle, sorry, A angle N at I out, and we will rewrite this as P is equal to A angle N at I time FR minus CI plus C, okay, which can be again be written as this, okay. So take this C in the left side, we will have P minus C is equal to simply FR minus CI time A angle N at I, which also this formula is also known as the premium and discount formula depending upon the situation. We will just modify this formula depending upon what we are measuring, either premium bond or what the discount bond, okay. So if it is a premium bond, then we will definitely use this formula, okay. In case, sorry, so if this value P minus C is equal to FR minus CI A angle N at I, this value is positive, then okay, this bond is a premium bond. If the value is negative, then this is a discount bond, or you will see if P minus C, right, which is equal to this, okay, is less than 0, bond is a discount bond. So if this value is positive, then it represent the bond premium, bond premium. If this value is negative, then it represent the bond discount, or in other word, right, or in other word, we can say if the selling price of the bond is larger than the redemption value, then the bond is said to, okay, said to be traded at a premium of value, okay. That is P minus C is equal to FR minus CI A angle N at I, what we have already seen in our previous slide here, okay. And if the selling price of the bond is lower than the redemption value, then the bond is said to be, okay, traded at a discount of a amount of any amount, right, which can be written as C minus P is equal to Ci minus FR A angle N at I, right. So in most cases the C is equal to F, meaning that the redemption value is equal to the face value, and therefore the bond is traded at a premium, that is that is P minus F is equal to F of R minus I A angle N at I if R is greater than I. So if R is greater than I, that is the coupon rate is greater than the yield rate, then P minus F is equal to F R minus I A angle N at I, which is a premium. Okay. So for R is equal to I, okay, our P is equal to F, okay, and therefore P minus F is equal to 0, which is for a right. Or so if the bond is selling at a or trading at a discount, then we will have F minus P is equal to F I minus R A angle N at I if I is greater than R. Remember that if R is greater than I, then bond is trading at a premium, okay, and if I is greater than R, then bond is basically trading at a discount. Okay. So there are two commonly used method for bond amortization. One is the straight line method, okay, and one is the effective interest method, which is very similar to what we have already understood in loan amortization, and therefore we are going to use this effective interest method, okay, and mostly this is the most common method where the bond amortization schedule actually use. So we consider the effective interest method. Okay. So let us take one example to understand this bond amortization. Consider a sorry, this R should be greater, like capital letter. So consider a 1000 rupees face value bond, okay, 3 years maturity, 3 years bond with a semi-annual coupon at the rate of 5% per annum. The current required rate of return I for the bond is 4% convertible semi-annually. Let us construct an amortization schedule for this. Let us do that. So what we have here, first we have to compute the price of the bond. Using the basic price formula, we can able to compute the price of the bond as P is equal to 1000 multiplied by the coupon rate, that is 0.025, okay, after taking this semi-annual term, okay, time A angle N at I, which is N is equal to 6 now and I is equal to 0.02, okay, plus 1000 multiplied by 1.02 to the power minus 6, which will give us the price of the bond as 1028.01. So essentially this is a premium bond, okay, because 1028 is higher than the face value. So the premium therefore would be 1000 or 1028.01 minus 1000 will be 28.01. Note here that in the bond premium situation, the bondholder pays more than the face value, that we have already understood. The premium represents an amount that the investors will not receive at maturity. So this paid in advance premium, which is an asset for the bondholder, will be refunded, okay, or amortized periodically from the coupon payments over the life of the bond, and that is the reason we need to know what is the premium we are going to get it, right. So, in each half year period, a 25 rupees coupon payment is received for this type of bond, that is calculated as 1000 multiplied by the rate of interest, okay, computed semi-annually, and therefore, this will be 1000 multiplied by 0.025, which will be 25, that is the coupon payment is received. Okay. So, this amount is usually larger than, or in fact this amount in fact in our example is larger than the interest earned at the yield rate based on the book value. The book value is therefore computed as the price of the bond multiplied by the yield rate, that is 0.02, which is equal to 20.56 for the first half year. Okay. So, we can now compute the rest thing, that is the purchase price of the beginning balance, which we have already computed using the basic price formula, is equal to 1028.01. Okay. The coupon payment, which is same here, we have already computed, that is 25 rupees. The effective interest earned in the first half year, that is also we have computed here, is 20.56. Okay. So, the amortized amount of premium in the first half year is therefore this 25 rupees minus the 20.56. So, this one minus this one, and which I have written it here, 25 minus 20.56, which is equal to 4.44. So, the book value after amortization, therefore, this value is deducted from the price of the bond what we have computed. So, 1028.01 minus 4.44 will be 1023.57. That is the entry in the final column here in our first row. Okay. So, the rest of the entries in our schedule or the table will be computed similarly. Okay. Upon computation, we will get a table this time. Okay. So, this is the price of the bond what you have already computed. Okay. And this is the coupon payment. The coupon payment, every time you are making the same coupon payment, but the effective interest rate earned is usually higher over the period of time. Okay. Initially, you have computed this as 20.56. Okay. And therefore, the amortized amount is this minus this will give us this one. Okay. So, this minus this will give us this value, that is 4.44, and then this minus this will give us this value. So, the rest of the things we can compute easily, okay, using Excel, like the way we have already understood how to compute the loan amortization schedule. You can also compute the bond amortization table. This exact same table you can compute using the Excel. Okay. But here it is useful, this schedule is useful for the bondholder for accounting and taxation purpose, as we have like already understood in the start of the lecture. Okay. As in some countries, bond interest income is taxable. In our case, our country also, the interest earned by holding the bond is actually taxable, and therefore, you need to compute how much effective interest you are going to earn, or how much interest you are going to earn, for which you can compute the taxation, and sometime like while use or while filling the TDS form, okay, or form 16, you can use this information into account, and then you can complete the form. Let us now understand how I have got this table using the Excel. Okay, I will just show you one, and then you can I think do it later. Okay. Let us open this Excel here. I have already done it for you guys, but I will just show you here, right? Minimize this one so that here you can okay. So what is the problem? Okay, what was the problem here? The problem was that, okay, the like consider a bond of face value of 1000 rupees, okay, 3-year bond with semi annual coupon interest rate at the rate of 5%. So the face value we have here is this one is the face value. Face value is written here, type here 1000, and then time is 3 years, okay, and therefore n can be computed as, okay, like 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, right, and then coupon rate is also given as annual coupon rate is 5%, and therefore semi annual coupon rate is 5% divided by 2. You can just compute it using the formula here, okay, and yield rate we have given with the annual yield rate, that is 4%, and therefore semi annual yield rate will be computed as just by dividing this by 2, okay, and therefore coupon payment is equal to 25, that is just this value multiplied by the value, this one, right. So 1000 multiplied by 0.025 will give you 25 rupees coupon payment, that is the FR, okay, coupon payment, that is FR here, okay, and then and to compute the bond price you will use the formula present value, okay. So upon compute, so I will just have it here. Remember here I have already done it, okay, to minimize our time. So we will have here this one, okay, is equal to present value, or you will simply say like present value rate, that is the interest rate or the coupon rate what we have already taken, sorry, this is the yield rate, okay. So B7 here, that is the semi annual yield here, and then what is this, here B3, that is the n which is equal to 6 here, and then this is the PMT value, okay, that is the coupon payment. I have used here minus because it will take negative value, and then the face value, that is V1 here, okay. Upon entry you can just have it sorry, enter it, you will get this one, okay, or we can simply rewrite it here. This one is equal to PV, right, okay. So rate is equal to this one, okay, comma, the NPER is equal to this one, comma, PMT is the coupon payment, this one, comma, or you will use it here negative. So I like this, you can just negative, okay, and also I will use this one negative with this, okay. I think I should get it here, okay, exactly the same value you will get this one, right. So now for this, like I have locked it here using the dollar symbol here, you can see, okay, because I am going to use this value here, okay. If without lock, then this value may change, so I have just locked it up. Now to compute the bond amortization schedule, take this bond price value here, rewrite half yearly, okay, your coupon interest is calculated half yearly, okay, and therefore this is the coupon payment, okay, and type effective interest rate you have earned, amortized amount of premium, and what is the book value. So, first book value you have to enter here is the bond price. So, that is 1028.01. Now, you can just have to click it here equal to this B9, okay, and then you can now compute this as, right, or because you have already computed this coupon payment, you can simply call equal to this sign, okay, equal to this, and you will get the value here, okay. And therefore, here also you can see this one is simply, okay. So, you can easily compute it, what what is your effective interest you have earned, okay, by simply, we have already done it. I have shown you here how to compute this, but you can simply have this 20.56 is just this one, this value, okay, this value multiplied by the effective interest at this value. So, here I will have here like E12, right, here you can see E12 multiplied by this B7, okay, multiplied by B7, lock it, okay, and amortized bill. This one will be this value minus this value. So, it will be B13 minus C13, right, and therefore, to get this value, you will have this value minus this value, okay. Now, once you have computed this, you can easily, you can simply drag this, okay, and you will get the same value here. Now, you can copy it and you can paste it there. We will get the exact same table what we have had earlier, right. These are in fact this one, this table, okay. I have simply copied it from there and pasted it for your purpose, right, okay. So, the total coupon payment you have earned is 150 rupees, and the effective interest rate you have earned is 121.99 rupees, and the amortized amount of premium therefore is equal to 28.1, or you can simply say 28.001, okay, right. So, this is what the bond amortization schedule. Okay, so let us now do the same bond amortization schedule, but for discounted bond or for discount bond. Okay, take this example, take the same example, but let us understand it first. In the bond discount situation, the bondholder purchase the bond for less than the face value, that we have already understood, okay, and the discount represents an amount that must be paid by the issuer, okay, to the investor at the time of maturity. So, the discount, okay, a form of prepaid interest, will be amortized periodically from the coupon payment, okay, over the life of the bond, okay. Let us consider this same example, but this time we will take 6% interest rate, okay, or the required rate of return is 6% convertible semi-annually. So, the example says same 1000 rupees face value bond, 3 year like to mature, 5% is the coupon rate, and yield rate is instead of 4%, now we have 6%. Let us construct an amortization schedule for this, okay. So, you can use the same calculation what we have already done it. So, first we need to compute the fridge, like the price of the bond using our basic price formula. Use the basic price formula with n is equal to 6 and I is equal to 0.03, because you have to compute it for 6%, 6% divided by 2 is 3%, and therefore this one. So, using this basic price formula, you are now computed the price of this bond is 972. Remember that this is a discount bond, right, because the price is less than the face value. So the discount would be, okay, 1000 minus this value, which will be 27.09%. Okay, again, just the way we have understood, do it again in the each half year period. Okay, 25 coupon payment is made, sorry, 25 rupees coupon payment is made every like period. So this amount is smaller than the interest earned at the yield rate based on the book value. So the yield rate based on the book value is what? This one multiplied by the 3% yield rate, that is 29.19 for the first half year. Okay, and you can easily compute the rest of the thing as we have already computed. This is the price of the bond, this is the coupon payment, sorry, this is the coupon payment, that is 25 rupees. Okay, every time you have to make coupon payment. Effective interest rate earned is 29.1. This three thing we have already computed. Now, so this one, the amortized amount of premium is now 25 minus 29.19, which will be minus 4.19. Okay, so and the book value after the amortization is therefore this value, this price minus this one. Okay, so 972 minus 91 minus 4.19, which will become 977.10. Okay, so the rest of the entry you can compute similarly, or in the Excel you can just drag it, you will get the same value. Okay, and upon doing this you will get the table of this. Okay, so here this is the price of the bond and this is the coupon payment you have computed, this is the effective interest rate for the first half period, and this is the amortized amount. Okay, and of like this value is therefore this value minus this value. Okay, because this is a negative number, so you can just add it here to get this value. Okay, upon this you will just click it. The rest of all the entries are computed exactly using the same formula. Okay, and for our curiosity now, let us go back to the Excel and see whether you will get the same value. Remember that here we have getting minus 27.086. Okay, and the total effective interest rate earned is 177 and the total coupon payment made is 150, right? So we can simply minimize this and take this bond amortization schedule here. Okay, so I have the because this is for premium, the like the discount one is I have given it here. Here the same thing, but now only the difference is this one, that is the 6% yield rate instead of the initial 4%. Now we have to change it here. Okay, and now use the same formula after changing this value to 0.06. Okay, and now using the same calculation, that is like is equal to PV. Okay, then this is the rate, so we will have it here. PV is the effective or the yield rate, and the N and the PMT here you have to just use the coupon payment, and then for face value here you have to use the 100. So upon entry you can get this value. Okay, so you can now copy this and paste it here, or you can simply write like this one, click it here, is equal to this B9. So you can do that, and then the coupon payment you can simply have it here. This one also you have already computed, so you have now equal to this B8 here. Okay, unlock it, and this one you can compute, okay, using this value multiplied by the effective like rate here. Okay, that is B7. Okay, this one multiplied by this one will give you this value, and now this, for this value, this one minus this one, you will get this value. So you will have like B13 minus C13. Okay, and for this one we will have E12 minus D13. So you will get this one. So once you have done this, just drag it here to get this value. Okay, now copy it and you can easily paste it, okay, to get this value, right. So I have done it for you here. So we can now, so this table is exactly the one what you have seen in the Excel table. Okay. Okay, so now you have understood the bond amortization schedule for the premium bond and the discount bond. Okay, so let us now, okay, in general, okay, in general the redemption value may not be the same as the face value. Remember that we have assumed that C is equal to F, but sometime you may not find the redemption value is equal to the face value. Okay, and then therefore now remember we have already seen that, okay, P minus C is equal to FR minus CI A angle N at I. Okay, and if G is equal to FR by C, then we can just replace this value as this P minus C is equal to GC minus CI A angle N at I. Okay, which will give us this P minus C is equal to CG minus I A angle N at I. Okay, is the bond is a premium if G is greater than I. The bond is a discount if G is less than I, but in which case we will write C minus P is equal to C, okay, time I, C time I minus G, okay, A angle N at I. So remember here one thing we have to note that G is the coupon interest pay, coupon interest per unit amount of the redemption value, while R is the coupon interest per unit amount of the face value. Okay, with this we can now develop the generic bond amortization schedule. So in the same way we can compute the generic bond amortization schedule, and which will look like this. Okay, so this is the formula for the first entry. Okay, this one is P is simply C plus C time G minus I A angle N at I, right, and the coupon payment is C and G. Okay, G is the modified coupon payment, and therefore this will be same for all the period. This is the same, right, for all period up to an effective interest rate, and is basically I time this one, right. Okay, I time this fee will be the effective interest rate, and then amortized amount is this one minus this one, you will get this value. Okay, and then this value will get like this one minus this one. Okay, the rest are exactly the same thing. Okay, so for T, once you have done this, then for T you just need to change this value. Okay, so for T the book value, okay, in this entry will be C plus C multiplied by G minus I time A angle N minus T. Okay, and therefore, okay, for n period you will write again, okay, this will come I times C plus C G minus I A angle 1 at interest rate I. Okay, and therefore this minus this will give you only this one, that is C time G minus I time V, which will again, okay, this one like with compare with the previous one will have, okay, right. That one simply will give us the redemption amount. Okay, that is the redemption amount or the face value, right. So total coupon payment therefore in generic form is n times Cg, okay, and the effective interest rate earned is NCG minus Cg minus I time A angle n, and the amortized amount is C time G minus I A angle n, right. Okay. So, now I believe you have understood the bond amortization schedule. It is just look like the same as the loan amortization schedule, but now like we have understood each entry very carefully. Okay. So, let us stop here, and I believe in this week we have understood starting from the bond basics to the bond valuation techniques and also bond amortization techniques, and we have seen how the bond basic price formula is used to compute the bond amortization schedule. So, thank you for this week. Next week we will be discussing more on bond. Okay, we will be again other aspects of yield, and then eventually we will discuss the economics way of understanding the interest rate, in which case I will be teaching you what is the risk structure of interest rate and what is the term structure of interest rate, and also why yield curve is important for the economy, right. Our understanding yield is important for the economy. Thank you for now.